Real Madrid's secret plan to kidnap Manchester City's midfield maestro has been revealed. Manchester United's new coach makes his first big transfer move. We'll break down who he's targeting and why. Chelsea sign a top defender who will change everything, and why Real Madrid really boycotted the Ballon d'Or ceremony. We'll be digging into all this and much more today. Are you ready? Let's get started. Ruben Amorim and Viktor Gyokeres, the next dynamic duo at Manchester United. Picture this: a powerhouse striker and a tactical mastermind, united once again, but this time under the lights of Old Trafford. Amorim's imminent arrival could shake things up, and Gyokeres' goal-scoring prowess could be exactly what United needs. Ruben Amorim, Sporting CP's hotshot manager, is expected to replace Ten Hag at United, who's been shown the door after a rocky season. It's rumoured that United agreed to pay Sporting a cool €10 million to bring in Amorim. And let's just say, he's got some unfinished business with one Viktor Gyokeres. The Swedish striker has been on fire, with a whopping 59 goals in 65 games. This season alone, he's already netted 14 in all competitions. Under Amorim, Gyokeres has gone from a promising striker to one of Europe's most feared forwards. And here's the kicker: Gyokeres only joined Sporting because of Amorim's influence. Could Gyokeres really be the answer to United's striker crisis? If Amorim makes the switch to United, you can bet the rumours will go wild about Gyokeres joining him. I mean, how often do we see a coach-player duo with this kind of chemistry? Amorim knows how to get the best out of Gyokeres, which could be a game-changer for United. Think about it. This could be the partnership that finally brings consistency to United's front line. But then again, does United want to put all its eggs in one basket? Let's flip the script for a second. Suppose Gyokeres stays put. Sporting's slapped a hefty £83 million release clause on him, but the word is that price could drop next summer. So what if United doesn't act fast? It could open the door for other Premier League clubs eager for a striker, and who wouldn't want a player who racks up goals like he's in a video game? The risk of waiting is real, and the stakes are high for any club eyeing Gyokeres. Should United go all out to bring in Gyokeres and reunite him with Amorim, or should they keep exploring other options? Real Madrid are eyeing a blockbuster move for none other than Rodri, the man who just won the 2024 Ballon d'Or. Could the Spanish giants really lure Manchester City's midfield maestro back home to Spain? According to reports from Spain, Real Madrid are plotting to bring Rodri to the Bernabeu. With Toni Kroos recently hanging up his boots, Madrid's midfield, for all their young talent, has not reached the heights expected of them. Sure, Jude Bellingham has been a revelation, and players like Valverde, Camavinga and Tchouaméni have shown flashes of brilliance. But as a collective unit, they've struggled to dominate games. Rodri, the 28-year-old midfield general who's been absolutely crucial for Manchester City and Spain. This guy's resume speaks for itself: Premier League titles, a Champions League, and just this summer, he led Spain to Euro 2024 glory. Not to mention, he's fresh off winning the Ballon d'Or. Seriously, is there a better holding midfielder in the world right now? But here's where it gets even juicier. Rodri's contract at City runs until 2027, but there's been talk he might be open to a move. In fact, after winning the Ballon d'Or, he dropped a bit of a bombshell, saying he wouldn't rule out a return to Spain. And to add fuel to the fire, Dani Carvajal, his national teammate, has been teasing him non-stop about coming to Madrid, saying, "Leave Manchester. There's no sun there." Now, here's where I get curious. Would Rodri really swap the Etihad for the Bernabeu? On the one hand, Real Madrid are the best club in the world, and the temptation to play for Los Blancos is hard to resist. But on the other hand, does Real Madrid really need him? They've already got a crop of young midfield stars being groomed for the future. Rodri is approaching 30, and while he's in his prime now, would this signing fit Madrid's long-term plans? Or could he be the missing piece to finally get their midfield ticking again? Of course, there's always the possibility that Rodri stays put at City. Let's not forget, Pep Guardiola's team is flying high at the top of the Premier League right now, and they haven't even lost a game so far this season, without Rodri, mind you. City are reportedly eager to lock him down with a long-term deal, but there's some uncertainty hanging over the club due to those 115 FFP charges. Could that be enough to make Rodri think twice about his future in Manchester? So, what do you think? Would Rodri be the perfect fit for Real Madrid, or is this just wishful thinking from Los Blancos? And if you're a City fan, how worried are you about losing your midfield talisman? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. He was supposed to be the next Galactico, the one to take Real Madrid back to the heights of legend. But as things stand, Kylian Mbappe's story in Madrid isn't unfolding like the fairy tale everyone imagined. Yes, he's not been bad, but let's be honest, this isn't the Mbappe we were promised. So far, the French superstar is navigating more turbulence than triumphs, leaving fans with mixed emotions. Madridistas expected fireworks, but instead got sparks. Ancelotti has restructured the entire squad to accommodate Mbappe, yet the adjustments seem to have dulled Real's overall sharpness. With the team looking a bit disjointed compared to last season's, it's clear that slotting Kylian into a lineup already packed with stars, Bellingham, Vinicius, Rodrigo, isn't as easy as it sounds. It's a balancing act even a tactical mastermind like Ancelotti is struggling to perfect. Mbappe has made no secret of how much he wanted this move. However, dreams and reality can clash. He's currently playing with less swagger, seemingly willing to accept a smaller role in Madrid's star-studded attack than the one he enjoyed in Paris. But will that humility last? A modest Mbappe might be good for the locker room, but let's face it, this isn't the version of him fans were promised. Meanwhile, rumours are swirling. Liverpool, the ever-persistent suitors, are reportedly preparing a €150 million bid for Mbappe next summer. According to Defensa Central, Liverpool remains eager to bring him to Anfield, where he would undoubtedly be given the spotlight. For Real, that kind of money is hard to ignore, especially for a player they signed for free. Yet, knowing Florentino Perez, would he really let go of his golden ticket so soon? Part of the issue lies with Madrid's overloaded attack. Mbappe hasn't found his rhythm yet, and some wonder whether the club needs to move pieces around, maybe even sell, to restore balance. There's no lack of talent. It's about harmony. Right now, Real's constellation of stars resembles more of a traffic jam than a smooth-flowing attack. But does Mbappe really want to exit before he's even made his mark? If he can't outshine Vinicius or coexist with Bellingham, the pressure will only grow. Real Madrid is a dream, sure, but it can quickly turn into a nightmare if things don't click. Madrid's season is far from over, but if Mbappe keeps falling short, don't be surprised if Liverpool's summer move turns from rumour into reality. Could Uncle Flo admit defeat and cash out? Or is Kylian just warming up for a late-season surge? Whatever happens, one thing's certain. The spotlight isn't getting any dimmer, and Mbappe needs to shine soon, or risk being remembered as the Galactico that never was. Real Madrid just pulled a no-show for football's biggest awards night, and the reason? Florentino Perez wasn't thrilled about Vinicius Jr. not winning. Instead, Rodri from Manchester City scooped up the honour. Drama? Oh, we've got plenty. But is it just Real Madrid being salty, or is there something more going on behind the scenes? According to reports, Real Madrid isn't buying that Vinicius lost fair and square. They're hinting that politics, yes, non-sporting stuff, played a hand in this. And they're even dragging UEFA into the mess. Now, UEFA, unsurprisingly, denied these allegations, with one of their execs essentially calling Madrid's reaction, well, desperate. Honestly, this situation feels like Real Madrid's classic us-against-the-world stance. But let's ask ourselves, if Madrid really believes in Vinicius' worth, should they need to point fingers at UEFA? Or is this just their way of diverting attention from a loss that stings? I mean, sure, the vote was decided by journalists from the top FIFA nations. So was this all just an unfortunate case of vote splitting between Vinicius and his real teammates like Bellingham and Carvajal? Or is it truly the big bad UEFA story that Madrid's hinting at? What if Vinicius had actually taken home the trophy? Would Real Madrid still accuse UEFA of meddling, or would the world be a different place today? And then there's Clarence Seedorf's take. He openly said that Vinicius deserved it, calling out UEFA's influence in the process. Seedorf is no random voice, he's a Madrid legend who knows the club's culture and politics. Maybe he sees something that most of us don't? So, who do you think should have won? Was Vinicius genuinely robbed, or is Madrid just throwing a tantrum? And is it possible that UEFA's influence is sneakier than we think? Could Ruben Dias, yes, the rock-solid City defender who's been the backbone of Guardiola's historic run, be pulling on a Chelsea shirt next season? Chelsea seems to think so, and they're on red alert as they eye a potential move that could shake up the Premier League. So, here's the rundown. Ruben Dias, now in his 5th season with Man City, is one of those players who just embodies his team. 4 Premier League titles, 191 appearances, and a key role in that incredible treble-winning season. With over 2 years left on his contract, it feels like he's embedded in City's DNA. But recent reports suggest that City might consider selling him as early as next summer, depending on how the Premier League's ongoing financial investigation plays out. And with Chelsea sniffing around, things are heating up. Let's be real, would Dias even want to leave City? This is a guy who's been living the dream, winning trophies season after season with a team that's just built to dominate. And for Chelsea, who've been on the struggle bus defensively, he'd be an absolute game changer. Imagine him slotting in and bringing that City-level organization to a Blues backline that desperately needs a leader since Thiago Silva. But would that be enough to pull him out of Manchester? Or are Chelsea setting themselves up for another heartbreak here? Now, Chelsea aren't the only ones with their eye on Dias. With his reputation, you better believe clubs from La Liga and Bundesliga are keeping tabs. And let's face it, City won't let him go cheap. The price could well go above that original £65 million tag. But here's the kicker. What if City, feeling the pinch of this investigation, decides it's time to freshen things up defensively? We've seen Pep turn even the steadiest of lineups on their head, so a new City backline isn't out of the question either. So here's the big question for you all. Would Chelsea landing Dias finally solve their defensive woes, or are the Blues just throwing cash at another big name without a solid plan? And for City fans, how would you feel seeing Dias line up against you? Remember when Antony was supposed to be the next big thing for Manchester United? Bought for a jaw-dropping £85 million, second only to Pogba in United's history. Well, it looks like the dream is over for the Brazilian winger. Reports are flying in that Antony has been told he can pack his bags and find a new club as early as January. Let's break it all down and dive into what went wrong, where he could be heading next, and why this story is far from over. Since arriving in 2022, Antony has only managed to find the back of the net 5 times. That's it, £85 million for 5 goals. To put that in perspective, his highest scoring season at United saw him score just 4 goals in the Premier League. And this season, just 1 goal in 5 appearances. United know they're in for a serious financial hit, but they seem more than ready to cut their losses. Ajax, his former club, and Brazilian side Fluminense are both interested, and even Chelsea might be eyeing a move. Could the Blues be Antony's lifeline? But let's not forget, Antony's contract runs until 2027. So, why the sudden urgency to get rid of him? Well, behind the scenes, it seems like Ten Hag's loyalty to Antony didn't go down too well in the dressing room. Players weren't happy with the 24-year-old continuously getting chances despite his poor performances. And now, with Ten Hag himself out the door, Antony's time at United looks to be running out fast. Now, here's where things get tricky. Antony came to Manchester United to be a game changer, maybe even the next Cristiano Ronaldo. But instead, he's become a bit of a meme. I mean, let's be real. Fans are almost tuning in to see his infamous spinning tricks rather than any real end product. But is it really his fault? The £85 million price tag wasn't his choice, and we can't ignore the off-field drama, including that messy investigation with his ex-girlfriend, which must have taken a toll on his mental game. But is Antony really beyond saving, or has United just mishandled him from day one? Chelsea is reportedly interested, and let's not forget they pulled off a miracle with Jadon Sancho, who also struggled at United before finding his feet in London. So could Antony follow a similar path? He's still just 24, and we've seen players turn their careers around when given the right support and system. The January transfer window could be a pivotal moment for him, whether he goes back to Ajax, takes a risk with Chelsea, or even heads to Brazil to rebuild his confidence away from the Premier League spotlight. But then again, maybe it's too little, too late. Manchester United fans have been vocal, and most seem ready to see the back of him. If a £40 million offer comes in, will they take it and run? Now, here's the big question for you guys. What do you think? Has Antony been a victim of bad luck and poor management, or is he simply not cut out for Premier League football? Will a move to Chelsea or even back to Ajax reignite his career, or is his time at the top already over? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to see where you stand on this one.